Let's get into this countdown of the absolute best magical and isekai manhwa that will have you downloading every reading app in existence. This is Emmaverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Starting with number 10, we have Survival Story of a Sword King in a Fantasy World. Imagine being stuck in a tutorial level for 20 years. That's what happens to our protagonist Ryuhan Bin. This poor guy just wanted to level up and move on with the game. But nope. The system said, how about you just punch the same monsters for 2 decades? So by the time he finally gets out, he's basically One Punch Man in a fantasy world. His face when he realizes normal people can't punch through mountains? Priceless. It's like watching someone who trained their whole life for a marathon accidentally enter a 3-legged race. At number 9, The Greatest Magician returns after 4,000 years. Okay, so our boy Lucas Trauman was the most powerful magician ever, but he gets cursed and trapped for 4,000 years. When he finally wakes up, he's in the body of a weakling student at a magic academy. Imagine going from being the Einstein of magic to being stuck in a body that can barely cast light without getting exhausted. It's like going from driving a Ferrari to pedaling a tricycle with a flat tire. The best part? Watching him try to act like he's not internally screaming every time someone explains basic magic to him. Yes, thank you for explaining what a fireball is to the guy who literally invented it. Number 8 brings us Tomb Raider King. This one's about Ju Hyun, who's basically if Indiana Jones had zero moral compass and was obsessed with collecting magical relics. The guy gets sent back in time and uses his knowledge of the future to steal all the powerful relics before anyone else can find them. It's like if you went back in time and bought all the Bitcoin, then also stole everyone's wallets for good measure. He's terrible, but in that, I can't stop reading because I need to see what this maniac does next kind of way. Lucky number 7 is The Scholar's Reincarnation. Our protagonist was a great Confucian scholar who gets murdered, then reincarnated as the abandoned son of a martial arts family. What makes this one special is watching this refined, educated gentleman try to adapt to a world where punching is more valued than poetry. It's like watching your literature professor suddenly join Fight Club. I was quoting Socrates yesterday, and today I'm learning how to break someone's arm in 3 places. Life is full of surprises. At number 6, we have Overgeared. This follows Shin Young-woo, who is possibly the unluckiest player in the MMORPG Satisfy until he stumbles upon a legendary class. What makes this manhwa hilarious is that our protagonist is what gamers would call a noob with a capital N. He's so bad at the game that even with overpowered equipment, he still manages to mess things up spectacularly. It's like giving a Ferrari to someone who just got their learner's permit. Technically, they have something amazing, but watching them try to parallel park is where the real entertainment is. Halfway through at number 5, the legendary Moonlight Sculptor. This one follows Lee Hun, who plays the VRMO RPG Royal Road to pay off his family's debt. This guy is so broke and desperate that he sells his in-game character for real money, then starts over and becomes a sculptor? Yes, in a world of knights and mages, this man chooses art as his weapon. It's like bringing a paintbrush to a gunfight and somehow winning. His penny-pinching ways would make Scrooge McDuck proud. This man will literally walk across an entire continent to save on teleportation fees. Number 4 is A Returner's Magic Should Be Special. Desire Arman and his friends fail to clear the world's toughest dungeon, and everyone dies. Except he gets sent back in time 13 years to fix everything. The second-hand embarrassment is real when watching Desire try to explain his galaxy brain strategies to people who think he's just a regular student. Imagine being the only one who knows a meteor is about to hit Earth, but everyone thinks you're just really into astronomy as a hobby. No, guys, I'm not being dramatic about this training exercise. I've literally seen the apocalypse. Bronze medal goes to Omniscient reader's Viewpoint. Kim Doksha is the only person who's read a web novel to its conclusion, and then that novel becomes reality. The best part? Watching him fanboy over meeting his favorite characters while simultaneously trying not to die. It's like if you got transported into Game of Thrones and you're excited to meet Jon Snow, but also terrified because you know exactly how many people die horribly in this world. His constant internal monologue of, "This is awesome. Wait, no, this is terrible," is comedy gold. Silver medal goes to The Beginning After the End. King Gray reincarnates as Arthur Lewin in a world of magic after being murdered in his previous life. Arthur is basically what happens when you put the mind of a hardened, battle-scarred king into the body of an adorable child. Watching a toddler talk about war strategies and politics while everyone coos over how cute he is never gets old. It's like seeing a kindergartner give a TED Talk on quantum physics. The content is serious, but the packaging is just too precious. And the gold medal, the cream of the crop, #1 spot goes to The Second Coming of Gluttony. This follows Seol Ji-hoo, a gambling addict who gets a second chance in a parallel world. What makes this one special is watching the absolute train wreck that is Seol's life transform into something meaningful. It's like watching the before and after of an extreme makeover show, except instead of a new haircut, our protagonist gets trauma, PTSD, and eventually godlike powers. His character development is so good it should be illegal, going from "I would sell my sister's kidney for gambling money" to "I will protect everyone with my life." Is the kind of glow-up we all dream about. And that's it for our top 10 magical and isekai manhwa. If you're not already reading at least 3 of these, what are you even doing with your life? Your homework assignment is to start binge reading these immediately and forget about trivial things like sleep, work, or basic human responsibilities. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which manhwa you're going to start first.